One of the 5 radical collaboration skills, or the essential collaboration skills, is awareness of self and of others. However, oftentimes we get triggered, we get defensive, and then we kind of fall into like a drama. And you have a great triangle here that probably explains a lot of the dynamics that are going on there.
So this is the drama triangle. It's a useful tool for not only self-awareness, but also if I'm facilitating groups to kind of help someone get unstuck from those things, you know, because if I were to say to you, where have you ever felt like, let me go backwards. So there are 3 roles that we play on the drama triangle. The one that we call victim is really the role where anytime you're complaining about something, you're ultimately putting yourself there. The persecutor is when you're kind of the critic, you know, where you're kind of playing, persecuting people for their choices and so on and so forth. And then, of course, there's the rescuer one, which is the idea of, you know, I feel like I have to help you because I don't think you can handle it. And so I want to kind of rescue you from you having to feel pain. And then inevitably, this one moves pretty quickly up to victim because you don't appreciate me for all the things that I do. So this can be a lot of drama that people experience, and we find ourselves here. The way I kind of frame it is how often this is when the environment is really shaping the way you respond and think, and we want to move past that. And so there's a fundamental question, because here, when we start talking about stress in any system, that's where the limbic part of the brain gets activated. And we ask a very, really powerful question here, and that is, what do you want, right? And what that does, it brings the thinking back up to the prefrontal cortex. Now, if you're overly charged, you don't ask that question because they'll probably cuss at you. This is really more in the moments when someone is feeling like they're complaining. They're not overly aroused, if you will, from a stress perspective. So by asking, what do you want? We move people from victim to creator. So what do you want with that situation? And typically, it's going back to some of the stuff we talk about in radical collaboration. They want to be appreciated. They want to be recognized. It's a lot of the intangibles, right? Be respected. Persecuted the challenger, right? So instead of me persecuting, it's like, instead of me getting on you, like, hey, what would it take for you to be able to get this to occur? I'm going to put that as a challenge. And then rescuer to coach. So instead of kind of rescuing you, I'm going to coach you into your own success. And so this is a really wonderful tool. But you can also notice when you're with your teams, if you're a team leader and everyone's complaining, just say, well, what do we want? I was working last week with a gentleman, and I just asked him, what do you want your team to be known for? And it just kind of allowed him to say, well, what can you create? Which leads to, we talk about the autonomy piece, getting people to create what they want together. That's money, so that's a big part of it. And this tool has been a wonderful tool for myself, again, as a parent, recognizing when I'm doing this to my kids, and also as a spouse or as a colleague, just recognizing when I'm here. And when I'm here, the environment is thinking greater than me. When I'm here, my thinking is starting to create the environment that I want. And that's really what we want to get to, right? Especially whether it be individual or team, this is the secret sauce right here. So we call this one the empowerment triangle, right?
Powerful stuff.
Very much so, yeah. Thank you.